Good morning, guys. It is the 5th of August. I missed you last week, so it's good to see you all again. It's exciting stuff for you today. As always, we bring you the latest and greatest from our dynamic industry. So I'm going to jump straight into it today. And the first bit of news we have is a newsletter from Modern Barber. Now, you can subscribe to this because it's a weekly newsletter. They're obviously trying to keep up with Hotheads Media because they've cottoned on to the fact that people want their news weekly, they need it now, and they don't want to wait a month or quarterly, whatever you put your magazine subscription out at in a hardback copy. So subscribe to a free leading barbering magazine and unlock your weekly inspiration. Get business tips, keep up to date with the latest trends, and stay in the know about all the upcoming events. Now, you're not going to find a better place to have your weekly news and updates digested and broken down for you here than Hotheads Media. But if you want that, go and subscribe to the newsletter today. So we're going to stay on magazines, and I got this through the post last week. This is the new edition of the Hairdressers Journal. This is the August edition, if you can see that. Now, this arrived actually on the 1st of August, which was really good. You know, I like it when they arrive on the 1st of the month. So you get a few little things with it. This is a thing reminding me about salon, an insurance thing for barbers, hairdressers. So you can get insured from, as a hairdresser, £37.50 per year. Barbers is the same. Students is £20. For hair salon owners is £192 per year. So that's from. So that came with it. And what else did we get? And we got like a little leaflet on salon supplies as well. Now, this is the August issue, and there was a good article in the July issue. You can go and read that online, and that is it was an article about a barbering buzz. So go and check that out. That was a good read. And if you want to see the online version, I will take you to where you can find it now. So you can find it if you head to Hairdressers Journal. So you head to the Instagram page, just type it in, Hairdressers Journal. Now here's the link here. If you click on that link, which I've already loaded, it will bring you here. So you can read the latest issue. That's this one, and that's this one here. So you can book for the British Hairdressing Awards 2024, and you can meet in this edition here, in the August edition, the British Hairdressing Business Awards for 2024. So if you scroll down, this is the Barbering Buzz article I was referencing. Now, I think that's good for you to go and reference, go and have a read, because I thought it was a good article. And if you're interested, also, you can click on this link here, and you can find out who the finalists are for the British Hairdressing Awards 2024. And I think it's important that you guys keep up to date with this, because it's a big competition with it in our industry. And barbers, there is a barbering thing like Men's Hairdresser of the Year, which is men's stylist. And I do believe just keeping up to date with hairdressing competitions is good for our industry also. So moving on, Wahl. They have released a competition, and it's called Make It Wahl. So let's play this, and we'll talk about it.
There's a whole world of makers out there, but what are we making? Tight fades or tighter bonds? Sharp lineups or sharper punchlines? Are we just shaping hair, or are we shaping futures? At Wahl, we make the tools so you can make your shop the shop. Because what you're making is more than a cut. It's a whole community. However you make it with Wahl.
So can you make it with Wahl? To me, that's pretty cringy. I do think people can make a better video than that that's less cringe. So let's see what you've all got. Go and enter that competition. So if you head over to the Wahl website, just as a reference, they give you all of the information here. So you just click on the link on the Instagram page, and then you tell us how you can make it Wahl when you upload their video. So you @WahlPro UK. So when does the competition start? So it starts on July 26th, and the deadline for the entries is the 19th of August. The winners will be announced on Tuesday the 20th via Instagram. And can you apply outside the UK? No, you have to live in the UK to apply for the competition. So come on, guys, let's show your creativity. Get involved with that and let's make a better video than Wahl did. So as I was going to reference, actually, if you head over to the Wahl website, they do discounts. So at the top, there's a banner running. You might not be able to see it because of my banner, so I'm going to read it out. Save 15% as a student, 16 to 26-year-old apprentice discount, free UK standard delivery, 3 working days when you spend 20 plus. So I think that's good. You can get discounts if you're a student. So this is carrying on from the Wahl, Make It Wahl. So we want you to show us what being a barber means to you. This is what you need to make in the video, and how you use Wahl to make it happen by using our original audio, Make It Wahl. So this is how you enter. Hit the highlight, make it with Wahl, tap the video, tap the audio. Create your version using Wahl tools and tag us. Don't forget to follow us too. The best video will win this whole kit. Get filming. Entries accepted until 19th of August. View the terms and conditions online and on our website. So let's play this for you. This is everything you can win. That is a good haul of goodies, to be fair. I'd like to get my hands on some of that. We are going to enter. Going to get our video made this week. Sick. Good luck with that. Now, staying on Wahl news. Whether you've seen or not, they're about to drop the new VAPOUR. So, this is a new clipper they're going to be releasing. Introducing the latest innovation from Wahl Professional, the VAPOUR. Combining our most powerful brushless motor with an all-new innovative F32 fade-out adjustable balding blade. The VAPOUR delivers rapid precision. Sign up at the link below to be the first to know when it drops. Let's play this. And it is the 5-star series, which is my favourite series from Wahl. Not sure if I 100% like the design. I like the look of the blade, but until I get it in my hands, I won't 100% know whether I like it. There you have it. That's the new VAPOUR coming out this year from Wahl, from the 5-star series. So we're staying with clipper news. I referenced the other week about the PHATMASTER blade for Andis. I got a bit of hate giving my opinion on it. The problem is, what I think is you have to have a separate clipper just to house this blade on your clipper, which is not viable for everybody. You know, somebody only just has, well, a lot of people only just have 1 or 2 clippers. So to have a clipper specifically for this, even if it does help you fade out, it's just not viable for me. So then again, I think the blade is pointless. Now, to all of you that didn't like my opinion, I've used this. I've used Andis before. I've worked with Andis. I know about the blade. So yeah, that's my personal opinion anyway. Let's play this. This is landed at Chris & Sons though, if you do want to buy it. There you go. That's Barber's. Say bye to switching out the 1.5 to 2 comb attachments with the PHATMASTER blade for Andis clipper, blending tapers and fades. Just got a whole lot easier. Plus that 28 tooth carbon steel upper blade, smooth as ever. Just landed at Chris & Sons. Shop now, chrisandsons.co.uk. Go get yours today. So, moving on, for you guys that do a lot of styling in the barbering industry, do you know about the temperature on the straighteners? If you head over to Babyliss Pro ED, this gives you a little guide on using their straighteners. It's a big styling in 2024. If you don't use straighteners, you probably should look into it, not just for straightening hair, but for other styling purposes. Get to know, get some education on using like hot tools like curling irons, straighteners, stuff like that, because it really will enhance your styling techniques. So this is just a quick indicator on what the different temperatures do. So I'm not going to read that out. That's just, the different temps, but you can do fragile, very fine hair, thin, easy to straighten hair, normal texture hair, wavy or curly hair, coarse, very thick hair. All the different temperatures will help you achieve your style a lot easier. So, moving on. Barbicide. I thought this was great. And why this hasn't happened previously, I don't know. But Barbicide have now brought out a spray where I only noticed this a month or two ago. I think that's Captain Fawcett in the background there, and that might even be Sid, but I'm not 100% sure. But Barbicide spray, I'm definitely going to get some of this for the shop because it looks great. Conditions or practices conducive to maintaining health and preventing disease, especially through cleanliness. That's what is on the post from Barbicide. And it's stocked by all reputable wholesalers. Definitely going to go and get some of that. We use like Zaflora in here. We like to clean down the stations in between each client, and we clean it down at the end of each day. But I do like the idea of using Barbicide, and I know a lot of the lads in here use Barbicide as the big blue one, the original. So moving on, I thought this was interesting for you guys, and I wanted to show this to you because it's where barbering is at the minute is really progressive. We're trying to be better as a whole industry, and we're trying to raise the level of standards within the UK at least. And where we've come from over the past 10, 15 years, it's going to be incredible to see how far we can go in another 10, 15 years. And I thought this was a really good post. Now, this is from Fashion Concept. So the Yardie Barber era is over. Gotta go to them young English youths with the ring lights and the Instagram. Them man got appointment times they stick to. When the shop opens, it's actually open. No man monologues to the whole shop. Straight business. Even though I like the idea of that, it seems really, inclusive for all. It seems really family friendly. Having an appointment on time is really important these days. Making sure the shop opens when the shop says it's open, that's really important, and that's just a good standard business practice. And I do think it's right. The era of the yardie barber or the relaxed sort of walk in, take a seat, it's dying out. So them, like I say, young English youths with the ring lights, keep doing your thing because people notice. But this post had a comment on it which I thought was quite funny. So no disappearing to Jamaica for 3 weeks at a random notice. That's exactly right. That's all I ever used to hear. So the Yardie Barber era is over, and the new ring light young English youths, not just English, but them young youths with the Instagram profiles, appointment times, working to make actual good haircuts and good money. That's the era we're going into, and it's just great to see the industry progressing as a whole and people noticing that. So as far as the news goes, we've covered a lot today, but you want to see what we've got as a hot topic today. The results are in, and we have the state of the industry results. Now, this explore the key insights from the recent industry survey from the National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation, and this is from the social account. So they did a survey a month or two ago. You could have had your input. If you go to their Instagram, you can sign up to the link and get the newsletter and get involved with all of this stuff. So we're going to read the state of the industry results and the 4 points reflecting how our industry is doing from the recent survey. So we rolled quite nicely on from that from the news into this hot topic. So let's get into it then. So the sector recovery is still slow, especially with the recent 10 to 20% rise in national minimum wages. So we are still recovering. I do think with the 10 to 20% rise in national minimum wages is going to put a halt on how quick we do recover. It is a good point. It will slow growth down. If you are employed, yes, that's great, to get a 10 to 20% rise in national minimum wages. I'm not saying it's undeserved, but I am saying this is why the barbering industry as a whole probably doesn't employ many people anymore, or even going through apprenticeships, because it's just not that affordable. The hairdressing industry is slightly different. They generate more money on a daily basis or a weekly basis, so they could potentially employ people. And their services, you charge a little bit more for colour, blow dries, everything like that. So even though it is slow recovery, it's great to see an improvement in the sector. It's great to see a 10 to 20% rise in national minimum wages for those who need it. But hopefully we can just keep progressing and keep recovering. So recruitment intentions are low. This is number 2. Recruitment intentions are low, with 75% finding it harder to hire. The skills crisis persists with a lack of experienced staff and fewer apprenticeship starts. Exactly what I just said. Recruitment intentions are low, in barbering especially. I don't know anybody who's going to employ in the next couple of years. It's harder to hire. If you go over to the Noble Barber podcast, he sat down with Sid Sottung, who is a really big inspiration to me. He said, and he made a great point, you need to train people from the ground up, and that's how you're going to get the barbers or hairdressers that you want. There's no way around it. People don't want to, in our industry, employ apprentices anymore. I've been getting emails after emails about people and companies that want to fund apprenticeships, but in the long run, it's just not viable for me. I am still referencing people to go and do a quick couple-week course, maybe SB Barbering Academy, maybe with Sid, even at the London School of Barbering if you're down south. In London, down south to me. And these accredited courses get you into the shop quicker, they get you working in the shop quicker, and it gives you a fundamental basis, or it gives me a fundamental basis to actually then be able to bring that person in and then get them trained up, because it gives you the knowledge it gives you a basic knowledge going to do this courses, these accredited courses, and then we can work on that. Do an apprenticeship is not viable, especially for the barbering industry. It might be more viable for the hairdressing industry or beauty sector, but for barbering, it's probably not that viable. So I can definitely agree intentions are low to hire people. Nobody I know is taking on an apprentice, and it is very, very hard to hire the staff you want. We here have got a great team. I'm so proud of them, and I'm really appreciative of all the team, but I can't see where I'm going to get my next staff member from. I think what we're going to have to do is train up the next staff member, and I think that's just how it's got to be. So what I would say is go and watch that podcast with Sid Sottung on the Noble Barber. I think that's great watch, and let's just see how the industry reacts to getting a little bit more funding, and if apprenticeships and recruitment becomes a little bit easier. So let's move on to number 3. Debt and reliance on external support remains high, but survival prospects are more positive and growth intentions remain stable. Yeah, that's fair. Thankfully, we don't have much debt here from the shop, but I do know people who are recovering from debt, especially still recovering from the whole COVID crisis. It's great to hear that survival prospects are positive, because we don't want to lose any barbershops, hairdressers from our high street, because as we know, we are the lifeblood of the high street and we keep the high streets running. I would never want to see anyone's business close. And growth intentions remain stable. So that's good. We are looking to grow as a team in here. We're going to look at expanding the shop a little bit, not structurally, but we're going to rejig a few things and add a few more chairs. And what that's going to do is just allow us to have a little bit more cash flow when we are able to fill them chairs. And that's going to allow us to survive a little longer. So yeah, that's a very fair point. Number 4, We aim to support employers by working with Skills England, especially to shape the growth and skills levy for apprenticeships. Okay, that's what the National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation said they're going to do to help support our industry as hairdressers, barbers, and within the beauty sector. So that's good to know that we have people lobbying on our behalf, working with Skills England. We need voices telling the government what we need as an industry. So what I will say is go and sign up to the letters, go get involved with the National Hairdressers and Barbers Federation or any federation you can that is going to help give you a voice and a say towards where our industry goes in the future. So that's really, really interesting. And I just wanted to share the fact that it's great to see our industry as a whole growing, recovering, and the sector doing well. But I think as a whole, the economy is still on a little bit of a downturn. So going into 2025, I would like to see the growth of the whole industry, maybe another 5 to 10%. That would be great. And I would like to see the whole economy and the UK start to prosper. And you know how I know that the UK is still in a little bit of a downturn is the fact that the McDonald's sales fall for the first time in 4 years. So you could just type this in. I'm not going to go into any depth in this, but it looks like McDonald's could rethink prices after sales fall for the first time in 4 years. And Starbucks and McDonald's face a major problem, and it's not just plunging sales. So that's how I know that the economy as a whole is, like I say, on a little bit of a downturn. So let's see if we can have a little bit of a positive attitude going into the last quarter in 2024, and let's hope that we can keep recovering in 2025. Now we're going to roll on to the artist spotlight, and I hope you've enjoyed the news and the hot topic this week, because I really have. I am going to shout out a couple of people today, well, 3 as normal. And this is slightly different. Well, it's not, but it is a little bit different because they're not. Well, let's just get into it rather than just trying to explain it. So first up in the artist spotlight. Now this is JTrims _. Now, the reason I'm shouting out JTrims _ is because he's an aspiring barber. He's only 15 years old, and we've been in correspondence for the last month or so. He's been asking me different questions to help him build his clientele and how we can go and get some funding to get some barber equipment. So I said, look, I think you're really inspiring. You've got a good, business mind on you. I think great. And it, like I say, it's inspiring to me to see somebody at such a young age, at 15, know that he wants to be a barber. Because I don't know if me at 15, even though I was working in the hairdressing and barbering sector in my mum and dad's salons, I didn't know if that's exactly where I wanted to go. So I think this kid's going to go far, and I just wanted to shout him out. So it's JTrims _, and he's listened to me. What I referenced to him was the fact that he needed to change his bio a little bit. Even though he's not cutting hair, it's good to know where he's based and what he can do at the minute and what he can offer, because people are looking for free haircuts. People are looking for cheap haircuts. And if you're willing to offer that service, if you're willing to get people around your house to offer a quick line-up or a free trim or something like that to build your client portfolio, it's good to just know where you're trimming from. So he changed his bio, and now I know where he is, and he's based in High Wycombe. DM me for home cuts. I can do lineups at the moment. Mate, you're going to have a great career. Keep trying to do better. Your lineups look great. So I'm giving you a shout out, and that is JTrims _. Amazing. So next up in the artist spotlight, this is the Curly Barber 24. Now, the reason I want to shout her out is a newly qualified barber, gaining skills and experience, one head at a time. What I would say, if you are watching this, change your bio. Let's know where you are. If you are cutting at the moment, let's let us know as a potential customer where we can get in touch with you to book a haircut, even if it's just direct message me, DM me for a haircut. That makes it a lot easier and it makes it more direct to get a haircut with yourself. But the reason I'm shouting out the Curly Barber is because it's great to see somebody going in. I always love new barbers to the industry, and it's great to see their journey. She's got the Wahl Vanquish, and probably after watching my video, the Wahl Vanquish versus the Babyliss, she went out and purchased the Vanquish, so that's amazing. I hope you get on really well. I'm loving mine. The haircuts look great, and I can't wait to see how your career goes. And what I will say is she is giving me a lot of support on the 1 Minute Barber Academy. She's really getting involved with the community, so I just wanted to give her a shout out, and that is the Curly Barber 24. So go and run up her page. And next up is another newly qualified barber or novice to the industry. She's also on the 1 Minute Barber Academy. You have to go over there and check out the online forum, the academy. If you go to 1 Minute Barber Instagram, you can DM him and he'll send you a link, or click on the link in the bio, and that will take you to the academy. Now you can do courses, you can do quizzes. There's Coffee with Mike, which we did the other day, which was great, really informal chat. There's Q&As. If you're new to the industry, this is a great place to learn. They have a free education platform, and you can then sign up to the premium one, which I'm involved with, and I want to be involved further. I think it is one of the best things I've seen for a while, and the community there is amazing. It's so supportive, and everybody there is all at different levels, and it's just great to see some of the work. So I'm shouting out Barber Era _UK. So this is Kelly Eagle. Follow my journey from complete novice to fully qualified barber from a female point of view. Let's, again, if you are watching this, put in the bio where you're working at, where you're working from, even if it's just from your home, how we can get in touch with you to get a haircut, and just give us as much information, because I promise you it makes things a lot easier and you'll build your clientele a lot quicker. So she's got cuts on here. She's obviously got a JRL. You know, she's got some Slick Gorilla products. The cuts look great. That's a cool one. Cutting the dog. I don't know if they're actually cutting that, but cutting the dog. But this is cool. It's great content. So I just wanted to give you a shout out, Kelly. One thing I will say is, like, you've got in your bio, follow me for my journey from novice to fully qualified barber from a female point of view. Now, I don't think this is necessary. I understand why you have put this, because we are in a male-dominated industry. But if you're going to be good at cutting hair, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female or what you identify as. My girlfriend, she is an amazing barber, and she has never once referenced the fact that she is a woman, and she doesn't allow that to stop her in any way from progressing in her career. She's absolutely phenomenal at what she does. She really inspires me, but she doesn't allow the fact that she is in a male-dominated industry stop her. She's honestly the best one where she works. She's really, really good, and I just don't think that this is just my opinion. I just don't think that it needs to be the fact that you are female or you are a male to be good at hairdressing. I know some fantastic female barbers, and they are incredible. They're really, really good. So I think you're going to have a great career. If you want to keep that in your bio, that's completely up to you. I just don't think it's necessary. Just a point of view from a novice barber is fantastic. So great. Thanks for all the support you're all giving me on the 1 Minute Barber Academy as well. So I wanted to shout you guys out because it's just great. Love all the support, and go check out the 1 Minute Barber Academy. We are rolling through this quite quickly today, and I'm feeling really confident presenting this show today. So we are going to move on to one of my favorite things, and it is the Q&A. So if you've got questions for me, please send them in. Email me, drop me a DM, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. we get emails and DMs all the time, but your questions are important to me, and I do want to reference as much as I can. So get your questions in, and I'll do what I can to answer them. So first up, can you give me any guidance on the steps I need to take to help protect myself if I'm off work? Recently sprained my wrist, and I'm just glad it's nothing more serious, but I wouldn't know what to do if it was. I can't afford to be off work. So the one thing I can say, get insured, but you should be having insurance everywhere anyway, like public liability insurance if you're working on the shop floor. I know a lot of barbershops don't do this, but you need to be insured anyway, because that will cover any damages and it will cover you if you are off. But that's the first step, get insured, because that'll cover you for sick days and stuff like that. What I will say is don't just rely on barbering as your sole income, because as you're well aware now, when your body is not performing 100%, you're not earning money. If I break my hand, thankfully I've got the coffee. Thankfully I can come in and generate money from doing other little bits, but I wouldn't know what to do if I do break my hand. Thankfully I am insured. I have got outside insurance as well, which is like a personal insurance. So I've got 2 forms of cover. Diversify your income as much as you possibly can. Any money that you can spare from barbering or that you generate that extra income, invest in the right assets. I am invested in cryptocurrency, but that is your own. I'm not going to sit here and preach cryptocurrency because it's very volatile, and unless you know what you're doing, I probably wouldn't recommend it to anybody. But what I will say is any asset that you would like to go and invest in, make sure you understand what you're investing in. And even if you need some sort of investment manager to help guide you with your funds, that's probably great. If you're not willing to sit down and learn about something, that's even investing in oil, gold, anything. Try and diversify your income as much as possible. Always have a savings pot, because you don't know what's around the corner, and that's the only best bit of advice I can give you. Hopefully that helps, and hopefully you recover quickly, let's say. So have you ever done taster days or intro to barbering days? I'm going to start offering education soon, but hoping I can get some help off somebody so I know where to start and what to include in the day. Yes, I have done taster days. I honestly think it's pointless unless your clientele or the people you're getting in is advanced or medium to advanced barbers. Then realistically, that can pick up skills quite quickly, and you're an advanced teacher or stylist yourself, I really think it's quite pointless, and it's a waste of money trying to get new barbers in for a taster day or a 2-day course, because they're just not going to learn enough. And the reason I stopped doing it is because I tried to cram in as much as I could in 1 or 2 days, and people still went away going, I definitely learned, but I don't know if I have the confidence. So even though if you pick up skills, you don't have the time to work through a lot of different heads and a lot of different haircuts, and its confidence is as important as learning the skills. So I don't do taster days anymore unless it's to people who are already working on the shop or experienced stylists themselves who really want to pick up them extra skill sets, which I can do and I have done, and I get a lot better feedback from that, because the advanced skills is definitely more what I aim to give and what I can give as an advanced stylist myself. But if I was going to do any type of course, I would definitely do minimum a week for beginners, or 2 weeks if possible. The structure, I haven't really got any advice from, but go and look at other accredited courses like the ones I said, Sid Sottung, SB Barbering Academy, London School of Barbering. They all have taster days. Check out what they're doing. That's probably your best bit of information. I know this is not directly for you, but 1 Minute Barber Academy is a great place to learn. You might yourself, as an educator, go and pick up some tips from there and how a good format for providing education can look like. So yeah, I would definitely rethink the idea of just doing 1 or 2 days, because even looking forward for the next 5 years, I think we would like to see some regulations and legislations put in place that stops unaccredited people doing 1 or 2 day taster courses, because I just don't think it's viable for new learners. It might generate you money, but it's not what the industry needs right about now. So good luck with whatever you do. So number 3, what price could you say is an average daily charge to rent a chair? Stylists would provide all products and equipment in Northern England. So in the north, it's obviously slightly less prosperous than it is the south. Thankfully, the Midlands is in the middle. A good rent-a-chair price would probably be anywhere from £35 to £60 a day. But it's completely up to you. If you're providing products, I'm not going to tell you what we charge as a rent-a-chair here, because it's unfair. And actually, we give quite a fair price. I know a lot of other shops that are not located in the city centre like us that charge a lot more. So that's down to the business owner, but anywhere from £35 to £60 on average is about right. The further south you go, the more expensive it is, and typically the further north you go, especially in the north of England, until you hit like maybe Scotland, like Glasgow and Edinburgh, the main cities, you're going to probably be looking more at £35 to £40. But again, it all depends on your shop outgoings, what you need to make to keep the lights on. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit. So how long do you give for a no-show? We give 10 minutes for a no-show, and then it is down to the discretion of the barber whether they can fit the client in. We allow for an hour for a haircut and an hour and 15 for a hair and beard. If you're 10 minutes into your appointment and you're not here, we have the right in the terms and conditions to turn you away. Because if it takes an hour or an hour and 15 and you turn up 10 minutes late, then you're going into the next person's appointment, and that is not the next client's fault, that's yours. Now, if you turn up, that's why we ask people to turn up 10 minutes early, because it allows us to maybe get you started early, and it allows us to be on time and running for the next day. Also, if you run up 10 minutes late and then you still have to cut that client's hair, then that's going to offset your whole day. You're probably going to be running 10, 20 minutes late for the rest of the day. Now, if you haven't got anybody straight in after, you might be able to facilitate that client still, even if they are running 10, 15 minutes late. But that is why we say it is down to the discretion of the barber whether they can still fit you in, but we allow for 10 minutes. That's what we allow for. That's in our policy. So number 5. What businesses can I add to my barbershop to increase revenue? So as a business owner, you could put in coffee, sell coffee to the public. That's what we do. We installed a fully functioning coffee bar. We sell to our clients and we sell to the public walking past. We do everything. We've got a full menu. Obviously, as you can see behind us, we sell retail. Even though I am getting rid of the retail in the next couple of weeks, and we are going to put some more barber chairs in, because the market's very, what's the word? It's up and down at the minute. It's quite volatile, and volatile might be a bit strong of a word, but it's a lot of effort for not a lot of reward. And when I've got so many other plates to juggle, the barbershop runs itself. So putting in an extra couple of chairs is going to really help the flow and the feel and reduce the workload on my end, because now doing the YouTubing, which I'm really trying to focus on, building the community here and keep producing good content, giving you guys up-to-date news each week. I just haven't got the time to do the retail anymore, and that's why we're going to do this. So if it works for you, put some retail in, sell some products. We sell insight in here. If you don't sell products and you want to get into it and you're interested in insight, drop me a message. I can always get some sent out to you and get something organized as a taster, but they're really, really good. So yeah, sell products, sell coffee if you can, hold open days in your shop, whether you can rent your shop out to somebody doing anything, any other business. You know, like sometimes we rent out the shop to people doing like cake sales and stuff like that. We rented the shop out yesterday to somebody doing like a trainer collab. They sell trainers online on this online forum thing on the app, so they do that. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of different avenues. If you want more of an in-depth thing and you want to talk to me personally, you can drop me a message and I will get around to it as quick as I can, and I will do my best to give you some ideas, but they're great ones. And you know, hopefully your business thrives and hopefully you gain an extra revenue form in your shop. So thanks guys, that's it for today. I hope you all have a blessed week. Stay safe out there, because as you've seen, the country is up in riots. Thankfully, we haven't seen that in Coventry yet, and I am very proud of the city as being one of the largest and major cities in the UK. We are all very connected as a community here, and it is sad to see the country going up in fire. I'm not going to give my political view on this because that divides any community that we build here, but we all do want to live in the UK. We all are all one people, and we have to remember a dangerous rhetoric from the government is what they want to do. They want us to be divided as a community, so we don't stand up to the government as a whole. I think with Keir Starmer at the helm, it's going to be a dangerous time for everybody, but we all want safe streets. We are all the same. Maybe we are separated by religion and different factors like that, but nobody wants to be unsafe going to work, being out on the streets. We all want to live in a safe UK, and that's the main goal here. And don't let the government have a say on or allow them to infiltrate your thoughts, because they want us as a divided nation, and that's all I'm going to say. So stay safe out there. Remember, we all do want to live here, and yeah, that's basically it. I will see you all next week. Have a blessed week. I hope it's all prosperous. Hope you have a busy week and make loads of money, and I will see you all next Monday. Take care.